Hey everyone, this is Sean from Cars by Sean, and on our Saturday special today, I want to have a frank conversation with you about 5 mistakes to avoid when buying a used car. For those of you who are going to skip this video in the next 5 10 seconds, let me give you a brief overview of the mistakes that we're going to dive into today. So, mistake number 5 would be not checking the car's history. Mistake number 4 will be skipping the pre purchase inspections. 3, ignoring total cost of ownership. 2, not test driving your vehicle properly. And 1, forgetting to negotiate the price based on the research that you've done. If you're still here, let's dive into these things in detail and let me give you my peace of mind, my honest peace of mind. Okay, let's start from number 5, not checking the car history. Now, this is one of the easiest things that you can do now, especially since we have Carfax open for public. There is an auto check service available as well. But everyone knows about Carfax, and if you're buying a used car from a dealer, you should expect them to have a Carfax report available for you, and a fresh one, not something pulled like 2 months down the road. Something that shows that the report has been pulled recently. Um, Now I understand there are some dealers who don't want to spend like $1,000 or $2,000 a month to obtain the Carfax service. If you fell in love with a vehicle, if you did everything, you checked everything, and you say you think that you're gonna buy this vehicle, then it is worth paying $40 or $50. I think it's 35 or something like that for a Carfax report. That will give you a peace of mind. That will let you know what happen to the vehicle, and that might reveal the things that you will not see with your bare eyes or you will not see in the inspection. All right, now speaking about inspection, mistake number 4 is, and this is what a lot of people do, is skipping the pre-purchase inspection. If you have a mechanic friend, please bring him along. If you have a friend who understands cars well, bring him along. But do not just trust someone's opinion. If you have a mechanic shop that you're working with, take the car to the shop, have them do a pre-purchase inspection. If you don't have a mechanic shop, there are franchise locations such as Midas, Pep Boys, any other franchise places that do pre-purchase inspection. It should cost around $100 $150, but it is the money spent worth spending, especially if you're thinking this is the vehicle that you want to drive for the next 5 to 10 years. Um, Now, I want to give you a heads up. You should not expect to get a clean report. If you're buying a used car, depending on the age, depending on make and model, you should expect to see some things that need to be changed. Starting from tires to shocks to, uh, I don't know, like maybe transmission fluid flush or whatever, right? You don't expect a clean bill of health. What you expect to see is no major issues now and maybe things down the road, 10,000, 20 miles, 20,000 miles down the road. That's perfectly fine. You're buying a used car. Even new cars need maintenance 10 to 20,000 miles down the road. But do not skip your inspection. Mistake number 3, ignoring total cost of ownership. Now, if you're a cash buyer, your cost of ownership is going to be the amount you're paying, and then you need to consider for your insurance costs because insurance is different for different makes and models and years as well. And thirdly, but most importantly, you should consider for your maintenance costs. For every vehicle, it is a rule of thumb to put aside 10% of the vehicle's value annually for your maintenance. This doesn't just mean oil change, uh, radiator flush, and things like that, right? Maintenance means we live in Houston, Texas. I've seen a lot of vehicles that require that compressor, the air conditioner, AC compressor goes bad. It is $1,000 fix. Water pump goes bad. It's $1,000 fix. So put aside, let's say you're buying a $10,000 vehicle, put aside $100 a month or $1,000 a year for such unexpected but to be expected maintenance and fix repairs. Okay. Um, on top of the cost of ownership, if you are financing a vehicle, you should remember that you are gonna have to get a full coverage. Number one, and number two, you're gonna have a monthly payments. Now, depending on what your interest rate is, depending on how much your monthly payment is, you should remember that the interest payment amount, especially in the first couple of years, is also your ownership cost, right? Let's say your monthly payment is $500. In the first couple of years, you're going to end up paying $200 towards interest only. That is your cost of ownership as well. Why am I saying this? Because do not make a mistake of going and getting a newer looking, better looking car, but signing up a $600 monthly payment. You should consider what would be the final cost of ownership between, let's say, $20,000 car and a $15,000 car, given your financial condition. Okay, this is important. This is a long term. This is going to save you a headache in the long term. Mistake number one: not test driving properly. Guys, please test drive a vehicle that you're buying. You know what? Test drive a vehicle that you're not buying, because test drives are free. No one is going to charge you anything for it. Test drive does not mean you have to buy a car. If you get that feeling, just walk away from the dealership. You don't want to be in a place where you feel like you have to buy something because they did something good to you. No, test driving is a must, and it is a dealership's job to provide you options. It is the same as going to a clothing store and they don't let you try on the clothes. I mean, what's going to happen? So, and this is not a $50 or $100 piece of clothing. This is $10,000, $20,000 piece of investment, right? So I've seen people buying cars without test driving. Don't do that. Um, and I've seen a lot of people changing their minds about buying a particular make and model after test driving. That is a good thing, because you might have seen a vehicle, you might trust someone's opinion. This is a reliable car, this is a comfortable car. You might have been in a vehicle as a passenger, but driving a vehicle is a completely different feeling. Now, let's put aside the feeling and all these things. Also, it is very important to test drive a vehicle to understand if everything is the way it's supposed to be. Now, I don't expect you to be a mechanic. I don't expect you to understand everything about cars. We talked about pre-purchase inspection, but even before getting to pre-purchase inspection, a simple test drive will give you a good idea on what you're buying. Now, test drive doesn't mean you have to sit in a car and rev it up and drive like a maniac on the street. No, don't do that. Um, a lot of things can be revealed if you follow the following test drive style strategy that I personally follow. Number one, take a vehicle, drive it slowly as if you're gonna, the way you will drive it on a daily basis. Take it on a side streets, take it on a place to a place where you'll be able to park it on the side of the road, let it run, listen to engine, see how it sounds. It is not that you're gonna understand everything every sound of it, but if you feel something suspicious, there is probably something suspicious. It should be a smooth running engine, similar to maybe you might have had the same make and model, but again, still that will reveal a lot. First steps: a quiet place, listen to engine, listen how car starts and shuts off. Second step: drive slowly, right? See how the gears shift, how your transmission acts, how your engine revs. So, do you feel anything suspicious, right? After you have done these easy steps, right? The first few steps of driving slowly, listening to engine, having transmission do its job, then take it on a highway. Definitely. Speed it up to 60, 70 miles an hour. Do you feel anything suspicious? Is it vibrating? Is the car pulling to right or to left? Are the gears shifting properly? Then test your brakes. Slow down slowly, the way you would do it. Then slow down rapidly. See what happens. Do you feel any kickback from the brakes? Do they feel solid under your feet? So you see how many things you can understand by simply test driving a vehicle. And if you understand vehicles a little bit, this might even save you from having to go to pre-purchase inspections, right? And pre-purchase inspections are $150. Simple test drive can save you all that cost. I can talk the whole video about test driving. We might as well create another one for test driving specifically. But let's move on to mistake number one: forgetting to negotiate based on research. Now, negotiation is important. You will negotiate in every condition, but not negotiate just because you feel like they should give you a discount. It doesn't work that way anymore. Again, I can talk another whole video length on negotiation. Please do your research, especially now that research is easy and free and you've got a ton of information available to you. Go to websites like cargurus.com. Um, Carfax also provides value information, and cars.com. You can also go to KBB and other sites as well, but CarGurus and Carfax and Cars.com, they will be more than sufficient. What I mean by research-based value, you might have, let's say, two Camrys being listed for $10,000 each. It doesn't mean they are equal values, because on one hand you might have a 2012 Camry, on the other one you might have a 2014 Camry, right? You think 2014 is newer, I'm getting a better deal. Not necessarily. 2012 might be lower miles, might have a great service history, and might have more options, whereas 2014 might be like 30,000 miles more, suspicious history, and it's a base model. So that's what I mean. Do not expect going to a dealership and asking for a discount and expecting them to lower it just because you want it. No. Gear up with information. See what the actual market value of that vehicle is. Go tell them, hey, let's say you've listed for 10,000. I see two, three competitors at 9,500. I believe a fair price for this car is 9,300. Then a dealer would like to negotiate with you. But if you come, let's say to me, let's say I'm a dealer. I'm trying. I have a Camry listed. If you come and tell me, hey, Sean, I want this car for $8,000, I'm not gonna even talk to you because I don't think you're a serious buyer. I don't think you understand what you're talking about, right? But if you come, tell me, Sean, okay, you got a great price. You've listed it for $10,000. I've taken it to inspection. I'm going to need to spend like, let's say, $800 down the road. I like the car, but I would love to see these options. So if you start telling me why you would want the price to be less than what I've listed at, especially if I've listed it as a great value, then I will be happy to negotiate with you. So we'll probably have another video down the road about negotiation, what things you should do, what things you should not do. So to summarize, 5 mistakes to avoid, which will save you money, and most importantly, which will save you headache. 5, please check the car history. 4, do not skip pre-purchase inspection. 3, calculate your total cost of ownership. 2, please test drive a vehicle. And 1, please do your research. Please do your homework before getting to a dealer. Okay. If you have any questions about any of these items, please let me know below. I'm gonna. If you like what you saw today, uh, please also let me know, and I will continue this series of frank conversations about uh, what you can do to help yourselves and to be a good customer for any dealership who would love to work with you. Okay. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.